Hi, this is Conversations, Episode 4, Part 2, with Isa Chandna,
Ahmed Hikal,
Kirsty Walker,
and Iyad Hadib.
Welcome back again to Conversations, Episode 4. I have a few more questions for you down the line. In these trying times, how do you stay positive, Ahmed?
Well, I think positivity is a state of mind. There's always two sides of the coin. There is two halves of the cup, right? And you don't have to wait for things to happen to be positive. You choose to be positive. And that's what I've chosen in my life. And I stay positive because I want to be positive. I think that's it for me. Yeah.
Spoken like a true coach. Isa?
Thank you.
I totally agree with Ahmed. I think that positive people, in the best of times, are positive, and the worst of times, they're positive. And negative people, even in the best of times, they'll find something to nitpick about.
That's true.
The lockdown, the trying times that we speak of, to be very honest, were no more trying than any other period of time, because quite like my friend Ahmed, I had made the choice to be positive in life.
All right. And Iyad?
Personally, I prefer to think of it in a different way. Actually, I try to utilize my time at the best. So even if I'm locked down or not locked down, I try hardly to learn new things, new techniques, or attend workshops to utilize my time in a productive way that will help me achieve self-actualization. So this is what keeps me positive.
Now let's hear from Kirsty.
Well, I think I'm a naturally positive person anyway. So,
That's good.
as these guys said, I try to be positive regardless of the situation. And in this particular time, during lockdown, during economic troubles that we have, I've kept myself very busy in terms of online learning. I'm
Good
trying
to
to
hear.
learn Arabic, so I've been practicing this, and I even started a YouTube channel. So
Fantastic.
I know,
Wow.
this is in Isa's footsteps.
Because of Iyad.
Isa.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
Isa.
both, yeah. So I'll be delivering my first video in the next few weeks on Kirsty Bil Arabi, and
Congratulations.
I think it's taken a lot of work, but I love the
Wow.
process of learning languages, and this has kept me really positive too.
That's amazing.
And we're all looking forward to subscribing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you better.
That's really cool. All right, so where do you see yourself in the Toastmasters world after the pandemic and isolation is over, Isa?
Thank you, Grace. In the Toastmasters world, after the isolation and lockdown is over, I look forward to resuming my journey. Right before the lockdown, I delivered 2 different speeches.
All right.
They helped me a lot in my professional life. And in the same vein, I would like to continue. During the lockdown, I wrote 3 different speeches on 3 different topics that are very dear to my heart. And once the lockdown is over, I look forward to delivering those speeches and hearing from my Toastmasters colleagues some constructive feedback so I can be better in my professional life as well.
All right, and Kirsty?
Very similar, in fact. I would like to continue delivering speeches. So I have delivered a couple of speeches online, and it is a different experience. But when we all go back to face-to-face meetings and the lockdown finishes, I would like to continue that, and also, of course, continuing to help West Bay Toastmasters grow as president until July. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me after lockdown.
That's good. And Ahmed?
Well, I have achieved Distinguished Toastmaster this year.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And
3
that's
months ago. And I think the next goal for me will be the accredited speaker. So I have got this in front of my eye. I'll start working it, and I'll see you next year with the new pen.
Oh.
Look forward to that. Accredited
Thank you.
speaker.
Thank
Wow,
you.
I wish I could do the same. And Iyad?
For me, I'd like to carry out what I have learned during the pandemic and the lockdown of skills and experience, and take it with me after the pandemic to apply it. So I have read some articles and books about humorous speech delivery, and I'd like to deliver them. I'd like to deliver them in person after the pandemic and see how my skills in humorous speaking have become.
everyone is preparing a speech, you know.
I look forward to hear that.
I'm really looking forward to see you guys
Thank you.
out the stage. Hopefully, you know, it's not online, but the actual stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. In our district, we have a number of corporate clubs, many of which are at the crossroads of either keep holding meetings or canceling membership. Any advice for the officers and members of these clubs? Why keep the ball rolling? Christy?
Well, I would first of all find out why people aren't renewing their membership. And if they're not renewing their membership because they don't feel like it's worthwhile online or they feel like there's less activity, then there's definitely something you can do to bring members back and encourage them that even online practice is very, very worth it, especially in this day and age when we do more activities and we have more meetings for work online as well. If fewer members are renewing because they're leaving the country or they lost their jobs, then that's a difficult situation. So I would recommend those clubs and those people running the clubs to see which other clubs have a similar membership demographic and which have the right cultural fit, and
Yeah.
perhaps join forces and become one club instead of two separate clubs. And then you will also get to know more people. And
That
have a
I
different
agree.
Experience, yeah.
Ahmed?
Well, I think since the world is going virtual nowadays, I mean, we have to start adopting the new thing that's happening, right? And I understand that there's a lot of difficulties, but if we're just gonna keep looking from that perspective, then I think we will not keep rolling the ball, right? I would say that it is a difficult situation indeed, but still, there's always, if there's a will, there's a way. And I absolutely support this statement that everything will happen in its own pace. And they need to find what's the root cause of the problem. And
Yeah.
then they start to work on it. And from there, they will fix it.
It's basically about changing mindset to
Exactly.
adapt to the
Exactly.
current situation.
Don't look at the surface. Just keep digging until you reach the root cause, and then everything will be manageable.
That's true. Isa?
I would encourage all the club officers, all of the executive committee members to think about what it was that got them involved in Toastmasters in the first place. So for example, I had every high performance guru that I've come across either virtually or in life has always recommended Toastmasters. It was good ambassadorship. I had good ambassadors promoting Toastmasters in-person club meetings. Now that it's gone virtual, think about having virtual ambassadors. Who is it helping? Who could actually speak for a virtual club meeting, and put them forward. Use your social media channels as a tool to recruit more people. Personally, I love in-person meetings. I had a public speaking fear. So while it went virtual was not where I suffered a lot of difficulties. It was in person. On the other hand, my fiance loved the virtual world. She didn't know any other world of Toastmasters except for the virtual world because she just joined about 6 months ago. As a result, she would be a great ambassador to have are people like that, people who have only known the virtual world and can speak to the benefits they've received from the virtual Toastmasters world.
That's true. I'm one of the people as well that I prefer online. Then you don't have to waste time getting ready, you know, or
Driving.
preparing or
That's
anything
true.
like
That's
that,
true.
right?
So there's so many benefits, like you just said, like you just pointed out. There's so
Exactly.
many benefits. Have the people who've enjoyed that platform speak to the benefits.
That's right. And Ian?
As you have said earlier, we need to keep the ball rolling. We cannot stop it. We are in a fight against
That's
the
true.
corona. We don't
Yes.
want to lose this fight. And this
Correct.
is one way of carrying on. If it defeats us now, then how will we carry on in the future? And the thing is, the beauty of the online sessions, it allowed more clubs to connect with each other. So now, in my club, we have an invitation from a club in another country, in India, that around 10 or 15 members of their club would like to join our club. So it facilitated the meeting with all of us. So my advice to the, let's say, XCOM or the Toastmasters clubs is to
Yeah.
promote these values and these positive benefits to the club members and potential ones in the future. To the club members to retain them and remind them that they need to keep practicing, whether in front of the mirror or in front of the camera or in public after the pandemic. and two, to the new audience, to attract them and show them the benefits of the clubs and meetings.
So it's all about promoting and creating campaigns.
Mainly to highlight the benefits of it, yes, and to remind people of the importance of it. Yeah, from marketing perspective, I think
Right.
we should also invest in promoting it, because other people or other members might not be aware of these benefits. We need to let them aware
That's
of
true.
it, make them aware of it.
One of the PR's objectives this year is to get members of District 116 fully engaged and connect with each other. How can you break barriers and get members engaged and connect with each other? Iyad?
From my personal experience in Qatar Toastmasters Club, we have arranged for a collaborative meeting with all the clubs in the same area. And the result was having around 70 members, or more than 60 to 70 members, in the same online meeting. And we got to know about other club members at the same time in our area. So this was a good thing to start with. Another idea could be encouraging the members to deliver their speeches in other clubs. If we, for example, set the challenge of one person delivering a speech in other club, the members would follow from the same club to attend this speech in other clubs, and then they will engage. Finally, after the pandemic, to arrange for more activities between the clubs or the areas between each other. For example, a doubt trip or a marathon table topics.
That's a really good idea.
outing together. So they
Yeah.
break the ice and then they start attending each other's meetings.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
We've done that in Philcom too,
Okay, great.
2 years ago. And Ahmed?
Well, I believe to get over those obstacles or the barriers, you need to get it here first. To break the barrier inside your head first. Start reshaping your mind. Change your mindset. And I agree with Iyad about the activity team buildings. That's one of the idea that I would strongly recommend, that we don't limit Toastmaster to only its own activity, because we became already a family. I feel like a family member with my teammates, or rather the Oryx family, how we call it.
Yeah.
So I strongly recommend that we go out of the box and we do a team building activity together. That
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
bring us closer, even closer.
I think team building is one of the important things to do, but at the moment, because of this pandemic crisis, it's really hard, and to be more effective as what we do in live as opposed to online, right?
I agree.
And Isa?
Quite like what Ahmed said, I think that the biggest barrier anybody has is the barrier over here, it's the mind.
That's right.
Every accomplishment begins with the decision to try. Once you identify the barrier, and it's very important to understand what problem you're solving, two problems solved. Is your barrier that of communication, inter-club communication? Is your problem recruitment? Identify what barrier you're trying to overcome. Every decision or every accomplishment will begin with the decision to try. And for that to happen, you have to try. And you have to try different things, an assortment of different things.
Well said, Isa. And Kirsty?
Well, I think I agree with all three comments, in fact. I do believe that in QTM, when there was an area meeting, it was fantastic. We did the same with West Bay Toastmasters as well, and we recently had, we rented an area of a restaurant and had a socially distanced table topics marathon, so something like that,
Wow.
which is allowed and permissible during these days. With other clubs would be fantastic. But to get over this sort of mindset barrier, I think perhaps having a cross-club or cross-division mentor scheme could be a nice idea, so that you would then
Yeah.
be able to have a mentor or be a mentor to somebody in a club in a totally different division to yours. Maybe you don't know them, they're from a completely different
That's a good idea.
part of
Yeah.
Qatar,
Yeah.
different club mindset. So then you would break down those barriers individually on a larger scale.
And what advice can you give to the newbies or the aspiring Toastmasters of District 116? Isa?
To aspiring Toastmasters, I would advise the following thing. You're not trying to be better than your colleagues. You're not trying to be better than people who already have a lot of advanced speaking skills. What you're trying to be better than is you from an hour ago or you from yesterday. You're trying to be better than what you were. So join Toastmasters. Don't benchmark your journey against other people. Benchmark it against your own.
Wow.
Well, I would say start now. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Start now. Not today, but now.
That's right. Christy?
I would say that with public speaking, you can get very nervous, but everybody messes up. And Toastmasters is a place where you can mess it up in a very safe environment.
Exactly.
So I think this is my one piece of advice to new Toastmasters.
From my side, he stole my point, but I'll add to it as well. Speak at every single opportunity that you get to speak with. Don't waste any moment. Whenever you get the chance to speak, just speak and practice more. That's it from my side.
Thank you everyone for watching the 4th episode of Conversations.
We hope you had fun watching this episode.
And we look forward to knowing more Toastmasters in District 116.
Hit like and follow District 116 on social media.
And do it right now.
Let's make District 116
number
number
one
one again. Bye.
It's a wrap.
Can't believe we put it off.
If you want to be featured in our upcoming episodes of Conversations, just send us a message. See you on the next episode. Bye. Thank you everyone for watching the 4th episode of Conversations.
We hope you had fun watching this episode.
And we look forward to knowing more Toastmasters of District 116.
Hit like. Sorry.
You're not rhyming. I'm not repeating.